We generally assume that execution is reserved for the ultimate betrayals of the social contract. We imagine treason, espionage, or violent murder. There is an unspoken baseline expectation that if you don't commit a massive crime, you don't face the ultimate punishment. But imagine facing a firing squad because of a blue scarf, or a sprig of parsley, a few songs downloaded to your smartphone, or the reading glasses sitting right there on the table. Under certain regimes, that baseline disappears. Harmless, everyday actions become lethal. In these societies, simply being normal and doing what you have always done is exactly what gets you killed. Why would the world's most powerful dictators create laws against the world's most harmless things? Totalitarians use these absurd laws as a calculated step-by-step method to strip away human agency. The process begins with the criminalization of personal choices. In 1647, Oliver Cromwell and the Puritans won the English Civil War. They immediately moved to purify the nation, starting with a total ban on the celebration of Christmas. Soldiers patrolled the streets to enforce the new purity. If they caught the scent of a roasting goose, they broke down the door. If a shopkeeper closed their store to observe the holiday, troops smashed their windows and destroyed their livelihood. Kim Jong-un employs this same strategy in modern-day North Korea. The Reactionary Ideology and Culture Rejection Act carries a death sentence for consuming South Korean entertainment. In South Hwanghae province, a 22-year-old man was publicly executed in front of his entire village because he had 70 K-pop songs saved on his phone. The state monitors minor digital habits. Saving a contact as oppa leads to a labor camp. Using South Korean slang in a text message triggers a drop in your social credit score, barring you from loans and public transport. These laws demand total control over culture, but they leave the victim with a tiny, agonizing illusion of agency. You could theoretically survive by choosing to delete the song or choosing to hide your decorations. Authorities soon escalate from punishing choices to targeting inherent identity. In 1937, Dominican Republic dictator Rafael Trujillo launched a campaign to whiten his country by purging Haitian immigrants. This diagram shows the perejil test. Soldiers held up a sprig of parsley and demanded the Spanish name. Native Dominicans naturally roll the R in perejil, but Haitian Creole speakers lack that specific phonetic sound. They would say pewejil or perejil without the roll. That single word test resulted in the massacre of up to 20,000 Haitian civilians. Men, women, and children were executed based entirely on an accent they were born with. In the 1970s, Pol Pot and the Khmer Rouge weaponized physical geography with the same lethal precision. The regime mandated that residents of the Eastern Zone wear a blue scarf. It looked like a simple piece of cloth, but it functioned as an inescapable death mark. Soldiers rounded up anyone wearing blue, marched them to the killing fields, and executed them without trial. At this stage, agency is completely eradicated. Your native tongue or your geographic origin becomes an automatic capital offense. Totalitarian control reaches its extreme when biology itself becomes treason. This happened in Equatorial Guinea under Francisco Macias Nguema in 1979. Macias viewed intelligence as a direct threat to his power. To him, an educated population was a rebellious population, and any sign of education was proof of an intellectual threat. This is the final loss of agency. There is no behavioral change, and no way to comply when your own genetic eyesight signs your death warrant. If you were dropped into one of these regimes tomorrow, could you survive? Could you follow every rule, hide your history, and keep your head down? The truth is that you wouldn't survive, because these laws are specifically designed to be impossible to follow. Totalitarians use these bans to manufacture universal guilt. By targeting culture, geography, and biology, their net engulfs every citizen in a guilty zone. Making existence illegal removes the need for legitimate arrest reasons. If targeted, they simply point to your accent, hometown, or glasses. In a totalitarian regime, the law functions as a universal permission slip for the state to murder anyone, at any time, for any reason.